workshop is a 2-day storytelling course for anyone who is interested in exploring folk tales, myths, legends, stories from oral traditions. Anyone who wants to improve their public speaking skills, communication skills, and it's for anyone who wants to work on the alignment of their imagination, their vocal expression, and their presence.
I've done quite a lot of public speaking as a counsellor, and I was interested in doing it to help me bring more colour to the way that I communicate with people. And I'm also doing it with my daughter, and it's a nice thing to be doing together.
I came with my dad, and I love stories. I love how you can use them as a gift. And I really love the idea of doing that with my dad, and just seeing someone that you love exploring their playfulness as well, and finding that joy and connection that story can bring.
I believe that we are all storytellers because we have narrative in our heads as we go through life. And I've never done storytelling before, so this is my first experience, and I just feel like I've just come to something really familiar.
We keep it between 6 and 8 people because it is important for everyone to feel heard and for no one to sort of slip into the background. We're in a wooden cabin in a secluded garden with birdsong and ferns.
The space is lovely, cosy, warm, full of natural materials, which is instantly for me just kind of puts me at ease.
Every person brings a story with them that they want to work on, and this can be a traditional folk tale or myth, but it could also be an autobiographical story or a historical story or a written story. We play games, we loosen into our imaginations by doing improv activities.
The exercises that you actually do really just help just break down any kind of those barriers or boundaries that you're feeling about being creative in front of people.
I have a kind of 3-step process that I use in my practice that I share on this workshop, which involves finding the bones of the story, thinking about where this story's come from, who it carries with it, who it speaks for and who it speaks to. And then we assemble the bones, putting them in an order that works for you. And then the final step is kind of zooming in on the staging of the story or the fleshing of the bones. How we set a scene and how we create characters and how we create characters that are hateful but that we find somewhere in our heart something that we love about them, or something that we might not love but we recognise that we have in ourselves.
We've been doing a bit of work in allowing ourselves to really experience that story and think about why that story has spoken to us, or why we've come with that story, and then allowing us to find all the bits of it that make it really juicy, a really rich story for us.
The skills that people learn on this workshop, on the surface they are how to present yourself with strength and humility and also take up space. But there's also a lot going on under the surface in terms of how we create relationships with people, and how important it is to be heard, and what a gift it is to give your attention to someone.
The group interaction has been the highlight for sure, because everyone's so nice and we're all in the same boat and exploring, challenging ourselves together.
The workshop has allowed me to explore my imagination and deepen in my imagination, which is something that's so rare. I feel quite proud of my brain for creating these images, and I'm I didn't know that was in there.
It's first and foremost a performance workshop that focuses on traditional narratives, but underlying all of that there is a deeper thread of learning how stories shape who we are and how we can learn who we are through stories.